Hi everyone, Jennifer Anderson here. I'm going to talk to you today about Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Plan. This is something my husband and I are very passionate about. We took this class a few years ago and it has made a huge difference in our lives. Some people think it's kind of daunting, they can't do it. We did it. Trust me, we used to live paycheck to paycheck. We used to not care about what we put on the credit card and we didn't have any money in savings. All of that's changed by following these principles. There are 7 steps to Dave Ramsey's plan. We're going to talk mostly about steps 1 through 3 because 4 through 7 is pretty much a lifestyle you're going to live after you quickly take care of steps 1 through 3. First step is you're going to get $1,000 in the bank. That's your emergency fund. That's going to keep you from having to swipe your credit card if you get a flat tire or if your refrigerator goes bad. If you have $1,000 in the bank, great, set it aside. Anything over that, use it to pay off some debts. If you don't have $1,000, get it together. You might be able to do a couple of extra shifts at work a week until you get it. You might be able to sell the treadmill that's been in the basement for 2 years and no one's used. There are tons of things around everyone's house that we can sell and have a little extra money. Step 2, this is where you're going to start paying off your debt except for your house, and you're going to use what's called the debt snowball. Step 2 is a big step, so we're going to break it into 2 parts. Part A, you're going to make a budget. You're going to include everything in this budget, not just your payments and your utilities. You're going to include groceries and gas and entertainment and restaurants. The envelope system is what you want to start using. This is because you're going to use cash. Cash is a little bit harder to spend. It's a little harder to let go of $50 cash than it is to swipe that debit card. You're going to keep that money in your purse or in your house and take it out when you need it. Go to the grocery store, use your grocery money. If you use it all at once, I hope you like what you got because that's what you're going to eat so you can stick on budget until your next month. The next thing you're going to do is try to get your list going for your snowball. You're going to list all of your debts, smallest balance to largest. We're going to take care of those small balances to free up some extra money. I did our budget. I did a mock budget based on realistic expenses and income, I believe, and I came up with a figure of $450 left over each month to siphon towards paying off debt. Again, I believe that's a realistic figure, depending on your income level, your debt level. This is what we're going to work with. So we're going to start our debt snowball. This is month number 1. These are your expenses. Sears, $250, that's your balance. Home Depot, $500. Ford, $10,500, and GM, $23,000. You're going to take that $450 that showed up in your budget, and you're going to pour it into paying off these debts. Look at Sears, it's only $250. You've got plenty of money to pay that sucker off. You're going to pay the $15 monthly payment, and then $235 of this $450 is going to pay it off. You even have $215 left over to pay towards Home Depot. We'll eventually get to Ford and GM, but not yet. Month number 2, Sears is gone. You paid it off. And look what you get to do. This is the snowball part I was telling you about. $450, that's what was left from your budget. $15, that came from your Sears payment that you're no longer having to pay. So now you get to make this amount bigger. You now have $465 to pay debts off with. So look at what you're doing. Home Depot, you owe $260. You've got plenty of money to pay that off. You're making success already. You've even got $230 to start putting towards your car. Month number 3 already. Look at how short this list is getting. That's beautiful. You've got 2 cars to pay off now. And your snowball is now $490. You're going to pay your $250 payment to Ford, and you're going to pay $490 of the snowball money to Ford and start working on that balance. Once you do that, you're going to be paying almost 3 times your monthly payment to Ford. That's going to pay that sucker off fast. And once you do that, you're going to add that $490 and that $250 to the GM payment. You're going to be paying over $1,000 by the time you get to GM every month. You're going to pay that thing off fast. Once you've paid off your debt, you're ready to move on to step number 3. Step number 3 sounds kind of daunting, I know. 3 to 6 months living expenses is a lot of money, but it's not as much as it used to be, because now you don't have any car payments and you don't have any credit cards because you stayed out of debt. Now you're going to have $675 less in your living expenses. So in our mock budget, instead of $3,800 a month, you now need $3,125. 3 months expenses, that's $93.75. 6 months is $18,750. An average of those two amounts is $14,060. That's what we're going to use. And we have $675 that used to go towards debts, and the $450 that showed up in our budget once we figured out where all our money was going. And all that money can be used to save up this $14,060. Look, it only takes 12 and a half months. That's not a long time. You're making headway by leaps and bounds here. You're done with steps 1 through 3. Not only that, you're not going back into debt. You've learned your lesson. It took you a long time to get to step number 4. You don't want to go back there. Step number 4, quickly, is to invest 15%. You can do that because you've got extra money now. You don't have all this debt that you have to pay every month. 15% is going to go into mutual funds, IRAs, 401ks, your long-term retirement. You're going to take care of retirement first, and then you're going to go to step 5, which is college funding. I know we're told to take care of our kids first, but hey, if we don't have a retirement plan, when we don't have jobs anymore, we are going to have to depend on our children to take care of us. So taking care of your retirement fund is in turn going to take care of your children. Step number 6, now you're going to talk about paying off your house. You're several years into the program now, the balance isn't as big, and you've got a lot of money every month because you've paid off all your other debts. Now you can really start paying off that house payment. After that, you can start step number 7, which is building wealth and giving money to people, being a charitable person. It makes you really feel good when you can help someone in need. The Red Cross, St. Jude's, Wounded Warrior Project, your church, whatever you want to do. Now you have the money to do it. I encourage everybody to look into this program. It's been life-changing for us, and I'm sure it'll be life-changing for you.